Hello again, Father John Hollowell here at Annunciation Catholic Church, and again this is a opportunity to help people who are hoping to participate in some way in the extraordinary form of the Mass, typically what's referred to as the Latin Mass. One of the most intimidating and challenging pieces of the extraordinary form of the Mass is the prayers and so forth that a person is asked to recite out loud. That can be one of those things that really scares people away when they're asked to do that. You should first of all know that if you are asked, or when you come to Mass and it's an opportunity then to do that, to join in the prayers, if you're not comfortable, you don't have to do that. You don't have to join in until you feel like you're ready. So you don't have to mumble through it. No one's going to look at you and say, why aren't you saying anything? You can just take your time until you get comfortable and listen to the people who do know how to sort of pray the prayers. So again, we just really want everyone to know that they're welcome and that they should feel totally comfortable here with our Mass. I'm going to go through and spend some time here on this video reading through some of those prayers kind of slowly, so that if anyone would like to practice them at home, they have that opportunity to do that. One of the interesting things, the most difficult or challenging part of the Mass in terms of the people having to say things is at the very beginning of a low Mass, where we do the prayers at the foot of the altar. And so I wanted to read through these briefly, just allowing people again to have an opportunity to practice their Latin. The priest begins Mass always, In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, Amen. And then the priest says, Introibo ad altari Dei. And the people then respond, Ad Deum quaelitificat juventutem meum. The priest then begins the psalm by saying, Judica me Deus et discerne causam meum de gente non sancta, ab homine iniquo et doloso erue me. The people respond to that, Quia tu es Deus, fortitudo mea, quare me repulisti, et quare tristis incedo, dum affligit me inimicus. The priest goes on by himself, Imitte lucem tuum et veritatem tuum, ipsa me deduxerent et adduxerent in montem sanctum tuum et in tabernacula tua. Then the people respond, Et introibo ad altari Dei, ad Deum quaelitificat juventutem meum. The priest says, Confitebor tibi incitara Deus, Deus meus, quare tristis es anima mea, et quare conturbus me. The people respond, Spera in Deo quonium ad huc confitebor illi, salutare voltus mei et Deus meus. And the priest says, Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto. And the response, Sicut erat in principio, et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. The priest once again recites the antiphon, Introibo ad altari Dei, and the people respond, Ad Deum quaelitificat juventutem meum. The priest then makes the sign of the cross, saying, Adjutorium nostrum in nomine Domini, and the people respond, Qui fecit caelum et terram. Then the priest makes his Confiteor, Confiteor Dei omnipotenti, Beate Mariae semper Virgine, Beato Michaeli Archangelo, and so on and so forth. And then the people respond by saying to the priest, Misereatur tui omnipotens Deus, et dimissis peccatis tuis, perducat te ad vitam aeternam. Amen. And then the people recite their Confiteor, which would sound like this. Confiteor Deo omnipotenti, Beate Mariae semper Virgine, Beato Michaeli Archangelo, Beato Ioanni Baptiste, Sanctis Apostolis Petro et Paulo, omnibus sanctis et tibi pater, quia peccavi nimis cogitatione, verbo et opere. Mea culpa, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. Ideo precor beatam Mariam semper Virginem, beatam Michaelum Archangelum, beatam Ioannam Baptistam, sanctos apostolos Petrum et Paulum, omne sanctos et te pater, orare pro me ad Dominum Deum nostrum. The priest then says to the people, Misereatur vestri omnipotens Deus, et dimissis peccatis vestris, perducat vos ad vitam aeternam, and the people respond, Amen. The priest then says, Indulgentiam absolutionem et remissionem peccatorum nostrorum, Tribuat nobis omnipotens et misericors Dominus. And the people respond, Amen. The priest says, Deus tu conversus vivificabis nos. And the people respond, Et plebs tua letabitur in te. The priest says, Ostende nobis Domine, misericordiam tuum. And the response by the people, Et salutare tuum da nobis. And the priest says, Domine exaudi orationem meum. And the people respond, Et clamor meus ad te veniat. The priest says, Dominus vobiscum, and the response is, Et cum spiritu tuo. And then the priest says, Oremus. And the priest makes his way up the altar praying some prayers in silence. Then follows the 9-part Kyrie. And then, at most Masses, not all of them, but it's much more common in the extraordinary form, we have a Gloria. That would sound like this. Gloria in excelsis Deo, et in terra pax hominibus bone voluntatis. Laudamus te, benedicimus te, adoramus te, glorificamus te. Gratias agimus tibi, propter magnum gloriam tuum. Domine Deus, rex celestis, Deus pater omnipotens. Domine Filii unigenite, Iesu Christe. Domine Deus, agnus Dei, filius Patris, qui tollis peccata mundi, miserere nobis. Qui tollis peccata mundi, suscipe deprecationem nostrum. Qui sedes ad dexterum Patris, miserere nobis. Quoniam tu solus sanctus, tu solus Dominus, tu solus Altissimus, Iesu Christe, cum Sancto Spiritu in gloria Dei Patris. Amen. That is the Gloria that we will recite at times. The Creed, in case we ever have a creed that is less common than the Gloria, but sometimes is the case. So we'll go ahead and have that on here too, in case you would like to practice the Creed. Credo in unum Deum, Patrem omnipotem, factorum caeli et terrae, visibilium omnium et invisibilium, et unum Dominum Iesum Christum, filium Dei unigenitum, et ex patre natum ante omnia saecula, Deum de Deo, lumen de lumine, Deum verum de Deo vero, genitum non factum, consubstantialem patri, per quem omnia facta sunt, qui propter nos homines et propter nostrum salutem descendit de celis, et incarnatus est de Spiritu Sancto ex Maria Virgine. And at this point the priest and all genuflect, et homo factus est. And then we all stand. Crucifixus etiam pro nobis, sub Pontio Pilato passus et sepultus est, et resurrexit tertia Dei secundum scripturas, et ascendit in caelum, sedit ad dexterum Patris, et iterum venturus est cum gloria judicare vivos et mortuos, cuius regni non erat finis, et in Spiritum Sanctum Dominum et vivificantem, qui ex Patre Filioque procedit, qui cum Patre et Filio simul adoratur et cum glorificatur, qui locutus est per prophetas, et unum sanctum catholicum et apostolicum ecclesiam, confitior unum baptisma in remissionem peccatorum, et expector resurrectionem mortuorum, et vitam venturi seculi. Amen. So that would be the Creed, which would be all the way after the Gospel. The next part of the Mass, where we have a lot to say that we would probably want to practice, is the priest will, after setting the altar and getting everything squared away, will turn and face the people and say, Orate fratres ut meum ac vestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat upud Deum Patrem omnipotentem. So the priest sort of turns around and faces the people and then keeps spinning back towards the altar again. Basically, that's the line where the priest is saying, pray, brothers and sisters, that my sacrifice and yours. Then the response to that would be, Suscipiat Dominus sacrificium de manibus tuis, ad laudum et gloriam nominis sui, ad utilitatem quoque nostrum, totiusque ecclesiae sue sancte. We'll go ahead and practice the Our Father or the Pater Noster. Pater Noster, qui es in caelis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Amen. If you've enjoyed this time, hopefully this is a helpful tool for you to help prepare yourself to participate in the extraordinary form of the Mass. And again, anytime you would ever like to meet or ask questions about it, please don't hesitate to stop in and ask. God bless.